What's up, everybody? Sean Malone, part of the original Power Couple here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is Monday night in the middle of January. Hope you guys have been having a good month so far in this year, 2018. You probably have received a few emails from either Coach Odom or myself or the system, the system that we use. And so I'd just like to welcome you here. And in the next 60 minutes or so, we're going to share our exact formula on how Melissa and myself, she's my wife, we're called the original Power Couple, and how we were able to break free of the 9-to-5 corporate lifestyle. So you probably see that Mr. Chris, the idea guy, Baden, is down there on the panel with us. Chris, do you want to come out and say hi? Wait for him to come out. But as he's doing, there he is.
Can you hear me? Yeah, I'm working on my video. That'll be up in just a second, but excited to be here and meet you guys in the chat. It'll be a fun night.
Cool. Well, guys, welcome, welcome, welcome. And we're about to get started here. We're going to share our secret formula with you. So please, please, please do yourselves a huge favor. Eliminate all your distractions, okay? Because we are going to share some life-changing information with you that has had a massive effect on a lot of people, more so than just us. And so as we get going here, there is a chat role. You can actually log in at the bottom of the page there. So let me just triple check that we're all square. There we go. Okay, it looks like we're good. And yeah, I believe I'll hit the open the chat roll. Let us know where you're calling in from right now. So let us know where you're calling in from. There we go. So I just went ahead and opened the chat. So Chris is actually going to be monitoring the chat for us. And yeah, we're about to get going there. There's Jerry. She says, hi, Jerry, how's it going? Sean here. I'm glad to have you with us tonight. We got Ashley, Devin, Dimitri, Gary, Kelly, Kiana, Sandra, Susan. Guys, what's up? We got some Northern Ontario guys, some people from Australia. That's exciting. Hi from Virginia. So yeah, we're live tonight here, guys, and we're going to actually jump right into the training here. So again, like I said, at the eliminate all of your distractions. And Chris, if you could, let me know, maybe if you want to just come out and make sure that you can see my screen. I'm going to do a quick screen share with you guys. We're going to jump right into the training.
So yeah, go for it. And while Sean is pulling that up, the chat for tonight, I will do my best to answer most questions. I might ask you to ask your question again at the end. The chat, a lot of times people ask questions that Sean will cover in the presentation. So if there's a lot of chatter going on there, it's distracting for others. So, you know, if I know he's going to cover it, just stay tuned. And if you still feel like it wasn't answered, please ask it again at the end, and we'll answer it live or just towards the end. Does that sound fair? Sean, I can see your screen and it looks like we're ready to go.
Awesome, guys. I am actually filling in for Coach Odom tonight. Coach Odom's on an airplane, so he called me last minute and he said, Sean, can you pick it up for me? And that's the freedom of this business, guys, right? One of the biggest freedoms of having an internet business is the ability to not ever have to be anywhere at whatever time. And so tonight, we're going to show you exactly how to start your own online business that affords you the lifestyle that you desire, whether you like to be a wanderluster or, you know, maybe like Coach Odom is on an airplane right now. So, and the coolest part is you don't have to be a tech expert and you don't need any prior online experience. So again, Chris is going to be monitoring the chat roll here, guys. He does have the ability to remove people. We want to keep the chat roll positive, no negativity, please. And don't forget, there are distractions all around us, so go ahead and eliminate those. But the strategy that I'm about to reveal can seriously change your life, and I don't want you to miss a single crucial step. So please, please, please make a commitment to me right now. Make a commitment to yourself right now, because you're spending this time with us, to stay focused. So just go ahead and close out Facebook. Stop checking your email, turn off your cell phone, and just give me your complete attention for about the next 45 minutes of slides here. And then we'll jump into some live questions at the end. We'll answer those live questions. And you're also going to get a chance to listen to or hear from some of the other people in our community. So let's get going. The information you're about to see, you can't unsee. So it's like the Matrix movie, right? When Neo was given the opportunity to see everything or not, he chose the green pill to go forward. You're going to have the same option here tonight. If you decide to take the green pill and get started moving forward to build your own online lifestyle business, fantastic, congratulations. And if you decide to take the red pill, here's what's going to happen to you. This is going to keep you up tonight. Before you go to sleep, you'll be thinking about this, saying, darn it, I wish I had taken that chance. So make sure to stick with us all the way up to the end. We got some great value coming your way. So as we get started, quick earnings disclaimer. You're not going to come here and push a button to get rich quick. Okay? Understand that. It doesn't happen. Most businesses that start they take years and years and years before they get into the positive cash flow. This is how to build a business. It is not a job. So don't think you're coming here for a 9-to-5 job. Again, this is actually going to require some time, effort, and energy on your part. And at first, when we got started into this journey, this lifestyle, and we just wanted to escape from our 9-to-5, we were looking for 2 income streams that could pay us about $3,000 a month. And we went through a 10-year battle and spent about $45,000 on stuff that didn't work for us. And I'll get into that in a minute. Once we found the system we're going to share with you tonight, we're actually able, in our first 12 months, able to make just shy of $300,000, okay? Now, our results may not be typical, but the cool part is there's a lot of other people in our community that are having even bigger results. Here's a list of several people that you can see that are just having killer results, tremendous results with us with the same program. And it's not just them, it's not just us. Here's the best part. Check this out. Whenever we have a person that comes through our program that just starts getting on fire here, they get the opportunity to be on one of these pictures here. So Amy Claire, actually, you're going to have a chance to hear from her later on this evening. She was able to quit her corporate management job in only 7 months of getting started with us, guys. So imagine you're working at your job, whatever that is. 7 months from now, you can tell your boss to F off and you have a new gig. You have built your own business that's now afforded you the lifestyle. Congratulations, Amy. That is awesome. Here is Tyler Caldwell. He took home over $20,000 in commissions just in June this month. A couple months ago, and he started 7 months prior to that. So imagine 7 months down the road, you're able to make yourself $20,000. Here's another one. Andy made over $4,000 in just a single week within his first 3 months of getting started. Guys, 90 days later, he made himself $4,000 extra in a single week. How awesome would that be? Money. Would you pay off debt? Would you buy some more Christmas presents for your kids? Maybe you paid off that, student loans, whatever, take a vacation. Here's Garrett Francis. Garrett and Alicia made his first $175,000 in his first year and quit his job. And him and his girl, Alicia, have actually traveled across the entire world. They were just in Europe, a big Europe trip, which awesome job, guys. Candace Benson had a $7,900 day online. She actually just recently relocated to Bali so she could live by the ocean, which is awesome. Guys, that's awesome. Here's Tim. He earned $3,360 in commissions in less than 30 days from getting started. Imagine if you started tonight, you paid attention, you followed the platform, you were coachable. 30 days from now, you're earning an extra $3,000 a month. Like, what would that do seriously for your life? I mean, what would that do? That would be incredible, right? Would you be able to, pay for extra food or bills, or, maybe go like fix the car if it's broken? I mean, there's a lot of things you can do with that kind of money. Curtis Mumby, one of the awesomest dudes around. He lives in Nowhere, Canada, way, way, way up north. So this one goes out to our Canada folks here. He made more in his business in 2 days than he made in an entire month. So whatever you're doing now, imagine whatever you're doing now and whatever the amount of money is that you bring home. Imagine if you were able to make that same amount in just 2 days. What would you do for the other 28 days of the month, right? Just an amazing story. Here's Aaron Fraser. He quit his job within 53 days, and he just had a $15,000 day with us. Congrats, Aaron. That's just awesome. Wade and Cindy had a $12,000 day online just recently. Travis and Sydney Facette just had a $15,000 month. Taylor Knowlton earned $14,238 in a single week within 4 months of getting started. Guys, that's life-changing money. Taylor is actually 22 years old. She lives down in Texas. She just recently had her, or she's pregnant now with her second kid. Close friends of ours, and just a wonderful young lady, and her family is awesome, and everything has changed for them. Wendy Hodgson made $12,000 in the last 30 days. That's just a wonderful number. And here's Lindsay and Dan. They made $2,100 in only 2 days with us, guys. Like, imagine if you started and in the next couple of days you made yourself $2,100. Like, what would that do for you? Making 5 figures a month and free from his job within 9 months of getting started. Chris Baden, who you just heard from, and they call him the idea guy, he just had a $14,000 week. Guys, you can ask him. He'll tell you his story. It's unbelievable. And the best part is, it's not just us. It's not just those people. We want to put your name right there on that piece of paper. So if you want your name on this, write yes in the chat roll. I do, or something like that. Just want to make sure that you guys are sticking with us. And I like a lot of interaction within the chat roll here. So super excited to be bringing you this information. So here we go. Who is this for? If you've tried and failed at building a business using the internet, this is for you. If you've never tried building a business using the internet, this is also for you. And our goal for the broadcast is the only way for you to escape the 9-to-5 lifestyle is to harness the power of the internet. And the only way to harness the power of the internet is to plug into our 90% all-inclusive system, which we're going to roll out. And I'm going to prove this to you over the next 35, 40 minutes here. So here's a couple ground rules, okay? First off, as I asked, please eliminate your distractions. In fact, you're probably going to want to take some notes. And remember, guys, like, I can't stress this enough. We're not a push a button and get rich quick. That doesn't exist. Anyone that's telling you that there's a way to come in here and just make a boatload of cash right off the get-go is not true. The people that have made money in this business are typically those that really pay attention and they work the plan, that the plan's laid out for them. It's kind of like the McDonald's system, okay? If you think about McDonald's, what happens with the McDonald's brothers when they created the system? They created the perfect system in creating burgers, fries, and shakes, the perfect system of how to do that. And then Ray Kroc, and he went and he trained the average and ordinary person to run that system. And then all of a sudden, other people started to duplicate making perfect fries, burgers, and shakes. Hence, McDonald's explodes. The same thing has happened here. The experts that created the system we're about to share with you, they created the perfect system. And now they're showing us, all of us are actually now have the ability to share this message with other people and show the average and ordinary person how to run the perfect system on the internet. We're not any type of gambling software. We're not any type of trading software, and we're definitely not a place where you can come and make $1 million next week. So if your mindset is that's what you think this is, I'm going to ask you to actually please take off right now, because that's not what we are. One thing I would like to mention here, again, no tire kickers or time wasters. If you're going to post a bunch of negativity in the chat roll, please go ahead and take off now. Chris has the access to that. He can close the chat down at any time if he finds that's too negative. But again, we enjoy and we appreciate healthy skepticism, guys. This is an online business. There's a lot of things out there online that are false and fake and scammy and skeptical and whatever. This isn't one of those. So let's agree on something. I'm going to give it to you straight as long as you commit to doing something with this information. And if we have a deal on that, please write deal in the chat roll right now so I can make sure we're on the same page. Take a quick drink here. Great, you guys are getting it. Okay, so here we go. We are the original power couple. Okay, that's us on our wedding day. We had a great wedding day up in Northern California. And these are our giant Maine Coon kitty cats. And one of them on the left, there's Tesla. On the right's Darwin. And we like to go travel around. We bring our cats with us. We actually walk them on leashes. They're pretty cool little critters. We also enjoy sporting events. We like going to monster trucks and rugby and different kinds of sporting events. There's a picture there at Sam Boyd Stadium in Las Vegas. Here's a picture in Thailand. We love to travel as well. What's cool about this picture is we had been in this business for about 7 months. And we decided to really put this thing to the test. We wanted to make sure that it was legit, that we could run a business from anywhere on the planet as long as we had an internet connection. We spent 30 days in Thailand, or just shy. I think it was actually 25 days in Thailand. And our business ran the whole time for us while we were sleeping, while we were there, while we were doing everything. All we had to do is log on and do a bit of work, for a couple, and we were good there. So that was awesome to be in Thailand. In fact, that fish tank right there is interesting. These little fish will come around and they'll eat the dead skin right off your feet. It's kind of gross, but at the same time, it was an incredible experience. I've never seen any place like Thailand. It's beautiful there. Our favorite beaches in California. And what's really cool about this company, guys, is once you've hit the first 6-figure mark, you get an award. And every time you do that, you get an award. And the ceremony was on the right-hand side when they awarded all the people there that had earned that kind of income. But it wasn't always like that, right? We started just as everybody else. When we had our wedding, you saw that wedding picture. And then we went on a wonderful honeymoon. We actually went and rode bicycles through Croatia. We saved up for that honeymoon for 3 years. And we came back thinking, oh my gosh, we have one objective. Our personal one objective was to experience everything together. That's what we wanted to do. And we quickly realized that real life wasn't like that whatsoever. So we came back from the honeymoon, and the corporate 9-to-5 ripped us apart in terms of our time and spending every minute together. And that's a picture of me I was just at a really down point in my life and at that stage. And we'd gone to this beautiful field of orange flowers. And as beautiful as it was, I just was so devastated because life wasn't exactly how we had envisioned it. And so we were at a point where we're like, man, we need to break the 9-to-5. We need to figure out another way to make things happen. And the problem was the traditional 9-to-5 work, right? There was always something missing, whatever that was. The pay for 9-to-5 wasn't sufficient for us, guys. Most people work for 50 weeks and they save all their pennies, and then they maybe go off on a week or 2 vacation, and then they come back and they got 3 weeks of paperwork piled up on their desk in your cube. Ugh, I just hate that. I hate it. And so the pay wasn't sufficient. And, the raises, the raise is 3%. Like, you work all year for that. Like, no, thank you. I'm not really going to sign up for that. I hate that. Plus, we were working all day long apart from each other. We didn't get to spend any time together. And the worst of all, we didn't control our schedule. Guys, I hate alarm clocks. Alarm clocks annoy the hell out of me. And I, in fact, want to smash mine with a hammer. So, and further, we didn't want to have to report to another adult. We're adults. You're an adult. Why should an adult have to report to another adult asking permission to go to the bathroom, go to lunch, take a day off? Like, that is not really how it should work. So then one night we're sitting on the couch, and I'll never forget. I was just my wife Melissa was watching some sort of a TV show, and I was scrolling through, and I came across on the New York Times, there was this article, and it said, look, here's 30 people that have become millionaires off the internet. And I'm like, holy cow, there's 30 of them. Then I started doing some research. Did you know that 10.8 million people per year are becoming millionaires from the internet? Like, that number is growing every single day. So where you're sitting right now, you're taking the time to watch this and learn about what it takes to build an internet business. Guys, you are on the front of a tidal wave. The fastest and most state-of-the-art program, like nothing else that's ever been invented before, and you guys are at the front door. So awesome that you're here. But anyway, as I was reading this article, I realized immediately something needed to change, and we had a choice. A, we could learn to harness the power of the internet, or B, we could go figure out one of those multi-level marketing work-from-home opportunities, and I tried a lot of them. In fact, I did about 4 or 5 of them. I tried the fruit drinks, the potions, the lotions, and I quickly realized that I ran out of friends and family very quickly. And in fact, I pissed them all off. So I lost all of my friends, especially my best man at my wedding doesn't even talk to me anymore because he thought I was trying to scam people when I was trying those things. So we quickly decided that that wasn't the way to go. Even though the compensation models are strong with those programs and some of them are actually legit, the ones I tried didn't work for me. So we understood that that was the thing. We needed to figure out the internet. That was a great way to go. And if you've been struggling with the same question, this is probably why. I want you to understand that, first off, it's not your fault. Okay? Let me say that again. It's not your fault. Here's our journey. When we first started, we tried to build an eBay store. And it was cool because I received this box in the mail, came and I opened it. I was super excited. I opened it, I grabbed the CD and I popped it into my computer. And I started going through it, and it asked me to set up my storefront. So I did everything I needed to do. And then at the end of the little DVD, it said, okay, go get people and get them to your storefront. And there was no instructions. And the worst part was there's nobody I could call. Whenever I would call them, it would just go straight to this like voice dial, like annoying little creature on the other end of the phone saying, we're sorry, we're disconnected, whatever. So I had no guidance, and that one failed for me, even though I spent a bunch of money on it. Secondly, I tried, like I said, one of those multi-level marketing companies, and it was a fruit drink one. And in the fruit drink, when I first tasted it, I thought to myself, man, it kind of just tastes like a sugary drink that I would get from the gas station. However, the product was backed up by some big famous doctor, and so I gave that thing a shot. And what I found was, over time, like I wasn't receiving any sort of health benefits from it. So I didn't believe in the product, made it really hard for me to sell it, and it failed. Melissa and I decided, well, hey, let's become the web real estate king and queen of the universe. And it was an 8-week online course that we took daily. We spent a lot of time doing it. Then we went to a 3-week boot camp, learned from these guys who had apparently made hundreds of millions of dollars. And they taught us so much in such a short period of time. We got overwhelmed with the amount of options and choices and all the different styles of real estate that are out there, from like wholesaling to fix and flip, fix and hold, rental property stuff, like all the different types of ways you could make money in real estate. It was just so overwhelming, and we never did the work because we were overwhelmed. So we lost, multiple 5 figures on that deal. Next one we tried was another multi-level marketing company. When I joined this one, they told me, oh, no, it's only going to take you 2 hours, Sean. It's only going to take you 2 hours a day, Sean. You'll be fine. 2-3 hours max, right? I'm like, okay, that sounds good. I could afford 2 to 3 hours a day. And all of a sudden, I get into this thing, and here was my day. I'd get up at like 8 o'clock. I'd drive across to a meeting. I'd do a little bit of training. And then I'd find myself all day in the parking lots of the world. And I'd be tapping people on the shoulder, asking them, hey, man, you look like a sharp guy. Do you keep your options open? That phrase has been burned into my head, and I hate it. Like, hey, do you keep your options open? Like, I had to ask that to everyone. That's what they told me to do. And I found that I would get myself, 10 or 15 numbers during the day. I'd come back and I'd make some phone calls, and I'd spend another couple hours trying to book appointments. And then and then I would go to these guys' houses, and there wouldn't be anyone there. The lights would be off. I drove all the way across town. I spent a bunch of money on gas and everything else. Ugh. I was just spending way too much time for the payback, and it wasn't even worth it for me. And so that one completely failed. I ended up spending like 14 hours a day instead of the 2 to 3 that I was promised. So that one didn't work for us either. And then lastly, I tried search engine optimization, and I didn't have enough technical knowledge on how to do it. I'm a simpleton. I'm a layman. I like things that are simple. And so that was just over my head. I didn't know coding or programming or anything. But the one thing that I found that was consistent with all of these was there was no accountability. There was nobody there that had the results that I was looking for, no mentorship, right? And then it happened. We found an ad that led us to this broadcast, and we took action. After this presentation, again, guys, you're going to have the opportunity to get started with us. We took the chance. And what were our results? We're so glad that we did, because we fired our bosses within 95 days, like many, many other people here. Within 7 months, we made our first 6 figures. Again, guys, it's not an overnight success story. We had a long road to get to where we were at, and then we worked this business hard for 7 months, and then we made our first 6 figures. We earned a top rank in the organization, and now the best part is we're actually able to help hundreds of others to do the same. That's why you're listening to me, because I enjoy doing this. And tonight, we're going to show you an all-inclusive 90% system where all you have to do is master your social media, and then you can fire your boss. But before we get to the heart of the broadcast, the nuts and bolts, let me ask, do you already have online experience, or are you already 100% sure you want what we have? Because if so, get ready to act quickly. At the end of the broadcast, you'll have a chance to join us, But for the next 7 minutes only, let me repeat that, guys. For the next 7 minutes only, we're offering a special fast start bonus. Bonus is only available for the first 10 serious action takers. And this is at $99 a month, guys. Great plan, great pro. And that's 99 US. So you'll see a button's going to appear. What you need to do is refresh your screen. Okay, so if you're on a desktop, hit the refresh button. You're not going to lose your place in the broadcast. As soon as you do that, an orange button's going to appear, whether it be below the video link or it's going to be below the chat roll. And that's going to say join our success team now. Click that orange button and get started to take advantage of the fast start. If you already know how amazing our system is, just simply click that orange button and join us right now. A bunch of extra stuff when you join right now. First off, you're going to get an elite earner strategy call. This is by private invitation only. We're going to help you craft your entire game plan from that call. A custom branded income accelerator sales funnel will be yours for free. That's valued at $3,000 to $10,000. Anyone that's tried to build a website easily has spent that much money. But again, this is going to be built for free for you after you earn your first $10,000 with us. Next, when you jump on this offer right now, you're still getting 100% 14-day money-back guarantee, guys. And I don't care if it's 13 days, 59 hours, or 12 hours and 59 minutes, 11 hours, 59 minutes. If you just if within 14 days, if you decide, hey, this isn't for us, for you, then no problem. And it's only available for the first 10 serious action takers, guys. When that button leaves, the bonus is gone with it. And money loves speed, so I'm willing to bet that people who actually jump on the offer right now are going to make money faster than anyone else watching this. And we want to give those people an unfair advantage simply because they have the winning mindset that we're looking for. Click the orange button and join right now. Okay, so this is the part where you're going to want to take some notes, maybe some screenshots, and on and on. We found through the course of our failures, there was 3 secrets of internet mastery. What are they? The secret number 1 was the secret hack to making online businesses work. Why do some make it and why do some not make it? Second thing we found was how to create rapid results with or without experience. And lastly, how do you eliminate your search for the right starting point? Okay, so we'll go through them one at a time. The first one, the secret hack to making online businesses work. Well, you're probably saying, hey, Sean, what's the hack? Great question. Well, we discovered that there's 3 pillars that all online businesses must have in order to succeed, okay? So pillar number 1 is you have to make sure that there's a product that people want. And my case in point, I just want to give you a quick case study here. So in 2011, the company Google, I'm sure you know of them, they were a $12 billion company at that stage. They're a lot bigger now. But they ended up investing $4 billion of their revenue to develop the product called the Google Eyewear. And it was a revolutionary concept where you could put personal computing on your sunglasses. And what happened was they did some focus studies. They started selling these things for $1,500 a piece. And some of the early adopters would actually go and buy these things. And they're like, yes, I'm getting these glasses and I can actually use them for something, right? And what they found immediately is when they came out the box, the first biggest issue that these glasses had was that the battery life just sucked. It lasted about 10 to maybe 15 minutes. So they couldn't use it for more than 10 to 15 minutes. And they thought, oh, dang it, this thing doesn't work. And next, what happened was there was a lot of glitches in the software. They hadn't gotten that part right either. And they spent so much money developing this, right? And then the worst thing of all, these early adopters, the ones that could get it, they would wear it for a fashion statement and they would go out to like the movies or something. And the owner of the movie theater would come out and say, sir, I'm sorry, but you're going to have to leave those glasses in your car because the movies are copyright content and we don't know if you're filming or you're not. So unfortunately, we can't allow any of those types of glasses into the movie theater. And so this immediately led to a massive failure of this product with all those things in combination. And Google lost a third of their company to this product. Luckily, they were big enough to recover and survive. But most people don't know that it almost caused devastation for Google. So again, this was a product that people didn't want, right? So before moving on to the second pillar in the first secret here, let me ask a question. Would you trade $5 for 100? If you would trade $5 for a $100 bill, please write yes in the chat roll right now. Okay. So again, just wait for a few people. Awesome. Yes, definitely. You guys are on the right track. $5 for 100. I'll explain why I asked this question here in just a sec. So here's pillar number 2 from secret number 1. You must, okay, so remember the first pillar is you got to have a product that people want. The second pillar, you must ensure you have a high converting sales funnel. And you're probably like, Sean, what's a sales funnel? And then I'll tell you, well, Webster, the dictionary, says a sales funnel is a series of online steps that turns your potential customers into paying customers. And it walks them through the sale online just like you would in person, okay? And that is really how our system is set up, where you're able to actually put $5 into advertising and then get $100 out. That's why I asked if you would trade a $5 bill for a $100 bill. Because when you have a high converting sales funnel, that's what this allows you to do. One side, get $100 out on the other. And okay, so how do they work? Well, let's give an example. Let's say Bob here is goofing off and he's messing around on his social media and he happens to see a video and he's like, oh man, that's something that I could really use. So he watches the video and he's like, he clicks on it a little bit and then they say, hey, send us your name. We'll send you an email. And so they sent him an email and then he ended up watching a broadcast about the product. And all of a sudden, Bob was like, yes, this makes a lot of sense for me. I have questions, got his questions answered live. And then boom, he went and he got started. And that's how online sales happen. Now, I'm not sure if you know this, but did you know that 9 out of 10 sales that are occurring online, the commission, right? Affiliate, you get paid, right? That's how they work. So the problem is they're a lot more confusing than that little diagram that I just shared. In fact, this is what one of them looks like. So it does involve a little bit of programming and technology. Here's another one. And so sales funnels can be really confusing to get set up and running from the beginning. So that is a big challenge. That was a challenge for me because I was like, man, I don't know if I can do this. Like, do I have the techie skills to be able to get through? Because I'm a simpleton. Anyway, let's move on to pillar number 3. Okay, pillar number 3 is you must find high quality traffic. So quick recap, you must have a product people want. You must ensure you have a high converting sales funnel, and then you have to have high quality traffic. Well, first off, what is traffic? If you're browsing on Amazon.com's website, you're Amazon's traffic. So let's do an example. Let's say you're promoting a course that teaches women how to potty train their toddlers. If you wanted a good source of traffic, if you were offering that course, how to teach your kids to potty train toddlers, what would you think would be the best source of traffic? Would you want it from the traffic from a Facebook Moms group? Or would you rather have it coming from a Hot Rod website, right? Facebook Mom or Hot Rod in the chat roll right now. Sweet. Move on. Okay. So again, guys, check this out. If you get all of the 3 pillars correct, you get paid. Fairly straightforward, fairly simple. And now you're probably wondering like, okay, I get it, Sean, but isn't it expensive to get going? And the answer is yes, it can be. If you decided to try this on your own, kind of like we did, we spent $45,000 on stuff that didn't work for us. When we climbed online, we realized, oh my gosh, you probably need a programmer to build your funnel, your website. You probably need a developer to write the code for the programmer. You have to buy some software. And of course, you got to have a product. So all that stuff together, yeah, it does get expensive. And so now, okay, so don't most internet businesses fail? Don't businesses fail overall? And again, the answer is yes. Unless you have those 3 pillars lined up, guys, you will fail. And so here's 2 quick stories. Luke, he's a buddy of mine. He wanted to get into a online e-commerce product business. And so he found a kick-ass product and he went and he bought a bunch of inventory. So first off, he's out a bunch of cash. He spends all money on this inventory. It ends up getting shipped into his garage and it's sitting in his garage. And so now he's like, cool. Then he goes off and he had a programming buddy, and the programmer knew a developer, and so he purchased the software. So he spent a bunch more money, and then the programmers and developers got together and they built a sales funnel that kicked ass for him. And so then he's like, okay, cool. I got the the sales funnel right. I got the product right. It's all sitting in my garage. What's next? And nobody taught him how to master getting high quality traffic. The traffic he was getting was very low quality, a lot of returns, a lot of all sorts of things. So anyways, he ended up failing in this business because he only had 2 out of the 3 pillars. Another quick story here. Another buddy named Steve, and he had a sales training program. He built this world-class product. It was an online product, and he was very good at actually making sales and finding people that could afford to buy his stuff. So again, he had the right product, he had the right traffic, but he didn't have the sales funnel, and he didn't have the know-how, and he didn't know any programmers, and he stopped short of building a good sales funnel. So his business online also failed. So again, guys, any business model that you show online must have these 3 pillars. Here's Wes. I stumbled across this amazing community when I was at a low point. I thought it was a scam. Skeptical, I jumped on the webinar. After learning about the 3 pillars, it was a no-brainer, so I jumped in. It's been one of the best decisions of my life. I've met some amazing people who've helped me learn a skill set that will pay me for the rest of my life. Notice skill set, right? You learned a skill set there. I'm an active duty military member and can now also say that I'm an online entrepreneur thanks to this amazing community. Now, Wes used to be in the military, so he gained a bunch of specialized skills, right, in artillery, weaponry, and all this other stuff. When he moved into the civilian life, he found that none of his skills from the military transferred correctly into the civilian lifestyle. And so what he found was, oh man, what am I going to do? All that was really left for him was like an underwater welding job and like a security job. And he was making minimum wage and this, that, and next thing. Anyway, long story short, he found us, jumped in, and everything has changed for him. Him and his wife, Rachel, now are traveling around the country in their awesome RV, visiting national parks and doing cool stuff. So congrats, Wes. And how awesome would that be, guys? You just awesome. Congrats. Okay, quick recap. Secret number 1 here. You got to have a product that people want. Then you got to make sure you have a high converting sales funnel. And lastly, you got to have high quality traffic. Now, you must have these 3 components in your online business. Otherwise, it's not legit. Okay, moving on to secret number 2. How do you create rapid results with or without experience? So 2 ways. You can do it the hard way or you can do it the not hard way. We're going to call the hard way on your own. If you do it on your own, there's 2 things. Number 1, you're going to be spending an inordinate amount of time learning software. How does it connect together? How do you optimize your advertising? How do you set up a sales funnel? How do you do this? How do you connect all that stuff? It gets confusing, and you're going to spend a lot of time away from your family. Like, you're going to miss those soccer games. You're going to miss the baseball practice. You're going to miss the events, the choir practice, whatever it is. Because you're trying to learn and grow this online business, sometimes it leads to a little bit of fighting. Hey, why aren't you spending more time with the family? And, it just gets ugly. So if you do it on your own, and people do it, it just takes a lot of time. Secondly, it's going to cost you money. If you don't want to spend your time, then you're going to spend your money. That's really what it comes down to, because you're going to have to hire a programmer, developer, buy the software, get it all linked together, pay for advertising, like just a lot of cost all in on top of that, right? And the hard way, here's some numbers, just so you guys know that we're serious on what it takes. So we have to build websites. If you want an online business, you got to have a website. We use a product called ClickFunnels, and that product, to host our websites, it costs anywhere between $99 a month all the way up to $300 a month. But in our system, it's included. Okay, so you don't have that cost. Next, you're going to have to find a way to build a relationship with the people that you're talking to on the internet. We use Aweber. That product runs anywhere from $60 a month all the way up to about $220 a month. Again, this is also included in our system. Next, you're going to have a way to track those people, right? They move from point A to point B. Why'd they do that? Where'd they go? Where they're going next? This product cost us $792 a year when we did it ourselves. But again, this is actually included in our system. And then lastly, you're going to have to do some sort of a presentation. So we use Webinar Jam to do our presentations. That product is $397 per year. Again, it's included in our system. So if you were to do this the hard way on your own, you're looking at costs that are anywhere between $2,600 all the way up to $7,100 just every year before you even get going to make any money. So you're going to be out a bunch of cash. Our system includes all of these things, so it actually doesn't cost you anything. So we're going to show you a new way, a better way, and actually it's a 90% complete system. all inclusive, and it includes a bunch of stuff. Here's what it includes. First off, if you're a competitive person, you like to battle royale and be kind of the top dog, we have a leaderboard. You can race yourself up the leaderboard. Secondly, we talked about having all those websites and all the links and everything else you need. We have those all in one place. So you can just come to one place. You have everything in your business that you need is right there. Okay. Next, oh, well, do I have to film videos? Do I have to like do stuff, advertise? No, actually, we provide marketing material for you, and we show you how to use it, right? Next, tracking. I remember saying we had that Click Magic product. Well, actually, we build this into our system so you have all the tracking right there and then in one platform in one place. And what's really cool is we have customer support that's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, where you can just ask a question right off the get-go, and we have live people responding. And the biggest thing that we have, guys, the skill set training, we start on Facebook simply because Facebook has the most data, the easiest place to start. And we're going to give you some of the most world-class training for you to, and I can vouch for this because Melissa and I personally spent about 6 figures this year just learning all the other programs that are out online. We took all the best stuff ever and we put it into this training. So guys, what you're getting here is just a world-class training platform to teach you a skill set. Think, okay, well, does this work for everyone? And I'm going to say no, this does not work for everyone. Here's what I mean. If you're the guy or the girl that, you know, has a pretty decent job, even though you're slaving away at that job and you're making enough to cover your bills, just barely, right? And you're comfortable, maybe you can, you know, take the weekends off and take a trip out to the beach or something like that, or whatever have you. If you're comfortable, you're like, I'm good, I can pay my bills and maybe a little bit more, but you know, you spend all your money on your vacations, whatever. If you're comfortable, this business is going to be a little bit tougher for you because you're not going to give it much priority and pay not much attention to it. However, on the other side of the coin, if you've hit a point in your life where you're at rock bottom and you know you need to make a change and you have that burning desire deep down in your guts that's like, yeah, come on, I've hit my line in the sand and I need to figure out something else that I got to do. If you have that desire like we did, then this will definitely work for you. Okay. Next question, maybe, can anyone make money doing this? And the answer to that question, as long as they're 18 or over, yes, anyone can make money doing this. We do 90% of the hard stuff for you, all the techie stuff. We teach you 10% in the beginning, and then as you master that, you can move along into the more advanced stuff. And as long as you keep showing up, the system works. Remember, it's that McDonald's analogy. It's the perfect system, and we're taking the average and ordinary people like me and Melissa and all the other leaders that you saw earlier and all the people on those sheets to run that perfect system, right? Well, then you're saying, well, if it's that easy, why isn't everyone doing it? Well, my question is everyone that you know that has a gym membership, are they in the best shape of their life? Are they competing for Mr. or Miss Universe? No, right? Because they're not putting the time in. They don't show up to the gym, so they don't get the six-pack abs, right? And that's the same thing here. If you show up, you learn the skills, and you apply, you're going to do well. Here's Ann M. If this doesn't change your mind, I don't know what will. Here she says, I didn't think I could do this. I'm 67 and retired, but still hungry to do something big for myself. I had a lot of fears when starting due to my non-technical abilities, but have been pleasantly surprised to find out how easy this is and how much my coaching staff supports me. My biggest relief, I can watch the videos over and over until I get it right. Then I can move on. I've been involved for 5 months and I'm consistently making $1,000 to $3,000 every single month. My business is ready to explode. Thank you, thank you, thank you. How awesome is this? Think about this. This woman, when she was born, she didn't even have a computer. They didn't even exist. The internet, that didn't even come till like the early 80s. So like, if you think about like being able to jump in and do it from scratch, like this lady, she must have been freaking out when she got started. But look, she is now consistently making $1,000 to $3,000 a month to supplement her retirement income. That is just awesome. Like, congratulations, Ann. Secret number 2, recap. How to create rapid results with or without experience, guys. Don't reinvent the wheel. Find a system that actually works. Find some people that you can like learn from, the system that's true. Yeah, don't reinvent the wheel. Secret number 3, how do you eliminate your search for the right starting point? So when we got started, we were like, where do we start? I'm not quite sure. And we were paralyzed. We just didn't have any idea. We're kind of like this little cartoon here. We didn't know what product to pick. We knew we needed a product. We knew we needed to sell something on the internet, but we just didn't know what. And we didn't know who to trust, because every time we'd get on our social media, we'd see these people, oh, I'm the internet guru. I know what I'm doing. I can teach you everything, make $1 million tomorrow. Well, all those people are fake and it's not real. And so we didn't know who to trust, but we knew this one guy, and he was kind of making a little bit of money online. So we asked him, like, hey, what do we got to do? And he said, well, you got to go to this affiliate network. And I was like, what is an affiliate network? Well, there's these places online like these. Here's 5 examples: New Cash Network, ClickMake, Max Bounty, ClickSure, and Commission Junction. And these are like shopping markets for products that you can market on the internet. So you would go to this site and you would scroll through their site and you'd say, I want to find something in the health and wellness space. And then you'd go down there and you'd pick a product out of that website, and then you'd have the ability to start marketing that product on the internet. And we did a bunch of research on this, and we went through it, and we just weren't happy with the commission payouts. Here's what I mean. We didn't want low payouts. Now, we'd raised our goal from that 6,000. We said, man, if we're going to jump in with this thing, we're going to go make $10,000 a month. What do we got to do to do it? And based on this model of using this, affiliate network thing, affiliate marketing, like go find a product off one of these places, we found that the average cost that you would make per sale would be right around $50. So you can see here, this is in the home and garden niche. The average sale that the average dollars you make off each sale is, on that top one, $64, middle one 35, bottom one 50. So we did an average, and it came out to about $50 that you would make per sale. Now, if we wanted to make $10,000, we just took $10,000 divided by 50, and we recognized that we needed to make 200 sales in a month in order to hit that number. And I was like, wow, that's an awful lot of sales. And the alternative is you got to find something that pays way bigger commission, right? If you can find a higher commission paying product, you're going to do a lot better. Our system starts out paying $1,120 per sale. So in order to, if you wanted $10,000, you just divide 10,000 by the 1120, and it's 9 sales a month that you got to make. Now, let me ask, which would you prefer, 9 or 200? Right in the chat roll, would you like 9? If you had to choose, would you rather make 9 sales or 200 sales to make the same results? It's going to save you time, energy, money. I mean, there's a lot of reasons. Hopefully nobody puts 200 out. But anyway, hope you're getting the point. Okay, good. Yeah, you guys are seeing it. 99999. Awesome. Okay, so secret number 3. The second part of it, okay, so first off, we got to find a high product paying commission item. And secondly, you got to find a mentor. You got to find somebody who's in the space doing the stuff that you're trying to learn how to do, that's making the kind of money that you want to make. I was told by one of my mentors, actually, it's an old Jim Rome saying. I don't know if you follow Jim Rome. He's one of the greatest public speakers ever, motivational guys. And he said, show me your 5 closest friends, and I'll show you exactly who you are. Because you're the average of your 5 closest friends. Like if you think about that, like who are your 5 closest friends? How much money do they make? What kind of cars do they drive? Where do they live? The clothes they wear, all that other stuff. Like you'll be fairly similar to those 5 of your closest friends. So what this means is you got to go find a mentor that has the results that you want. So if you're looking to live a lavish lifestyle, go find somebody that's making a lavish lifestyle for themselves and ask them how they did it. Secondly, you got to listen to what they tell you. Pretty straightforward. Third, when they say do this, jump, go do that, right? And then lastly, if you don't get the results the first time, review them, make a few changes, ask them some more questions, and then take more action. Okay? And again, guys, our 90% complete system, it includes mentorship. We have people in this organization that are making crazy amounts of cash. The guys that actually, the experts that started this program have been online for years, 10 plus years. They're all making anywhere between $1 and $3 million every single month, right? We're not even close to that yet, but we have a roadmap. We have the pathway is lit up for us. And right now, we're making about $40,000 a month from this business. We're in the business. We're running it every single day, making that kind of money. We're looking to get to the next level too. And the only difference between us and you is that we started 21 months ago. And we are at a point where now we are maybe one step ahead, where we can show those people and give back to the community. And again, there it is. It includes a community where you belong, right? We've made some of our bestest friends from this business. And there's a high ticket offer that's built in. Now, we can't get into products because that's another like 3 hours of a workshop here. Again, this workshop is just to show you the business model a little bit. So now you're probably saying, that's interesting, but Sean, what if I don't have enough time? What if I work a full-time job? What if I'm a stay-at-home mom? I got 5 kids, I'm homeschooling them. Like, what if I don't have enough time? And I'm going to ask you this question. How much time do you spend on Facebook each day? Statistics show from Facebook says that first off, there's 2 billion people every hour on Facebook. Okay, that's 2 billion. The planet only has 7 billion people. So 2/7 of the world's population are congregating in one place. Okay, so that's like almost 30% of the world are all on one website any hour of any day. So the average person stays a period of anywhere between 2 and 4 hours per day on Facebook, guys. That's a huge amount of time. So if you have a full-time gig or you're a stay-at-home mom, like what if you could spend some of that time on Facebook to generate income for yourself instead of creeping? So you're like, okay, that makes sense. I could probably turn that time that I'm using on social media into some productive money-making time. But what's the community about? Well, I don't know if you know who John Wooden is. He's one of the greatest all-time basketball coaches that ever lived. And he had a community that he designed and built. And this community was, again, like the McDonald's system, the perfect system. So these people would come in. These hotshot high schoolers would graduate and go to John Wooden's school of basketball in his college. And John Wooden would set them down and say, sir, please could you take off your shoes? And the basketball player hotshot would be like, wait, why am I taking my shoes off? And Coach Wooden would say, well, I want to teach you basketball from start to finish. And it starts with taking your shoes off. So the guy takes his shoes off. And he said, I want to show you exactly how to put your socks on. Because if you put your socks on incorrectly and there's a wrinkle right here or right here or right there, you're going to develop blisters on your feet. And if you have blisters on your feet, you can't make baskets because baskets win championships. In order to make baskets, you got to make sure your socks are on correctly. And it was this revelation to this young basketball player. He's like, oh my gosh, that's so it's so logical, yet I just didn't even think about that. And that's the key, guys. The people in the community already are going to show you those types of logical things. And that's really what it's about. So let me ask, would you have 1 to 3 hours a day, maybe that you're already spending on social media to make $10,000 a month for yourself? If so, write yes in the chat roll right now. Awesome. Okay, moving on. Look at Eric C. After discovering the mentors included with the system, everything changed. I struggled for over 10 years in the online industry, failing over and over again. Since starting, I've generated over $135,000 of income in just 5 months. Guys, 5 months, that's crazy. My biggest month has been $55,640. Wow, how life has changed. So grateful for the leadership, family, and systems. You guys truly help the newest person generate an income online and create a life by their own design. What if you were able to make $50,000 in a single month? Like, how would that change everything in your life? Most people don't even make near that. In fact, the industry average, you went to usdebtclock.org and you looked up the average income for a family for a year, you'd find that family, that's husband and wife, is $52,000. Eric C here made that in a month. Like, that's life-changing numbers. Congrats, Eric. That's awesome. So a quick recap, 3 secrets of internet mastery. Number 1, the secret hack to making online businesses work. Remember, guys, you got to have a product that people want, got to have a high converting sales funnel, and you have to have high quality traffic. Secret number 2, how do you create rapid results with or without experience? You want to definitely make sure and not reinvent the wheel. Use a system that's already working. And secret number 3, how do you eliminate your search for the right starting point? A high ticket commission product, and you got to have a mentor. Okay. So let me ask you a question, guys. I've been with you now for about 40 minutes or so, right in there. And I just want to have the permission. So do I have your permission to share everything that's in our system? Okay, I'm going to go a little bit faster, but I just want to ask your permission. If I have your permission, please write yes in the chat roll so I know I can share this stuff with you. All right, people are coming saying yes. All right, here we go. So if you plugged in and you were given a product that people wanted, and you were given a proven high converting sales funnel to use that was built by experts that have been online for longer than 10 years, and you were shown how to quickly generate traffic quickly and effectively, and you were trained by people that are already right here today making 6 figures and 7 figures per year online, how fast would you be able to replace your income and create a lifestyle by design? Right? Think about that just for a second. You have all the tools you need in one place. Again, we want to put your face on this picture right here. So if you want your face on this picture, write yes in the chat roll. Yes, I do. I want my face on that picture because I want to put it there and I want to celebrate that with you. In fact, I challenge you to videotape yourself firing your boss when you get that chance. If you go back and look at our personal fan page, what you'll find is at 95 days, I filmed a video of Melissa when she was walking out, when she had just fired her boss for the very last time. And she came out after 95 days and we actually drank a bottle of champagne in my car. I was so excited. I couldn't even believe it. So that video is actually still on our Facebook page. You can go find it and it'll prove it to you. So what you're going to get from us, okay? First off, you're going to get the Mastery Masterclass, the Internet Mastery Masterclass with the ongoing mentorship. What's included? How to conquer those 3 pillars we just talked about, how to create your own 6-figure online business, step-by-step video training to walk you through the setup, stealth Facebook and social media strategies to get you making money quickly, and you're going to have access to our Sleeping Giant product that pays commissions up to $4,000 per customer. Again, guys, we are in the health and wellness niche. We have an exclusivity agreement with our manufacturers. We need to protect them. We can't share what our products are here. And who does this work for? If you've tried and failed at building a business using the internet, this is for you. If you've never tried, again, if you've tried and failed, let's think about Eric C. for a minute. He didn't make money for 10 years and came in and had a $55,000 month. Guys, that's the kind of results you can get here. Secondly, if you've never tried building a business using the internet, think about Ann M., 67 years old, wasn't even having computers or the internet when she was born. Now she's making $1,000 to $3,000 a month. That's awesome. The internet doesn't discriminate. It doesn't matter how old you are, what color you are, or anything else, okay? Don't worry. You'll have live weekly trainings and access to our private team experts. So you're going to get the mastery class valued at $4,997 with ongoing mentorship. Secondly, you're going to get the state-of-the-art marketing system, okay? This is, again, that built-in high-ticket converting offers included. We build your website and your landing page, all your website stuff. We're going to build it for you. That's covered in the 90%. We set up and manage what you call your autoresponder. That's how you talk to people. We're going to build relationships with the people that climb onto your list in your business. We complete all the sales presentations. You're at one right now. And we actually close sales for you. And here's the coolest part, guys. If you're scared to get on the phone, you don't have to. You never have to get on the phone here, okay? All you do is learn to run your ads by following the click-by-click training that we offer. And you're going to be able to grow your business on autopilot. Remember, the internet runs while you're sleeping. Warren Buffett says, if you can't find a way to make money while you sleep, you'll have to work until you die. I'm not going to sign up for that. I don't want to work until I die. That's not cool. Secondly, you're going to be able to master social media advertising, and you'll be able to quickly generate an income and relax. You'll be able to get rid of a bunch of stuff. Now, if you've ever tried anything online before, you probably know that you would have to spend money on landing page software, shopping cart, email autoresponders, text autoresponders, any of the stuff on this page here, guys. You can get rid of all of it. It just goes right out the window. And here's what this is what this tool saved us, okay? Hard numbers. We saved over $7,000 a year. What would you do with the next $7,000 a year? Vacation could you go on, right? Could you finally take that honeymoon? I don't know. Again, all of these things are included in our system. And here's what this tool is going to save you the same amount of money. It's going to save you over $7,000 a year just from getting started. And so now you're probably thinking, well, what if I need help with the software? Guess what? You have a click-by-click system that has video training that's step-by-step, filmed by people that are still in the business today that can answer any questions that you may have. Well, okay, that's cool. Well, how about, Sean, do the people on my list belong to me? Well, the answer to that question is yes. You are going to be building an email list for yourself, for your business. We house that for you in the beginning until you're ready to take it on, and we teach you the other steps of the business. And it's an asset. So yes, they belong to you, and it's an asset for you later down the road. So here's what you're going to get. The masterclass for $4,997 and the state-of-the-art marketing system for $1997. And now we're thinking, like, what else could we give you? That's a total value of $69.94, by the way. Now you think, well, this sounds too good to be true, Sean. I think this is a scam. Well, we're going to give you the Scam Killer e-guide to prove that it's not. This is how to quickly identify scam artists in 3 simple steps. In the book, there's the 4 major scam hooks, the 5 things to do if you've been scammed, the scam checklist, the secret questionnaire, a scam report file, and a list of all the known scams and a bunch more. We're just giving it to you so you can use it on our opportunity or any other one online, okay? So what you're going to get is that Internet Mastery Masterclass, $49.97, state-of-the-art marketing system for $19.97, the Scam Killer e-guide for $197, and now we're thinking, what else can we give you? There. But what happens if I get stuck? Maybe that's what you're thinking. Well, don't worry. We're going to give you a VIP all-access badge, okay? It's like a trump card. That's funny. It's going to save you time, energy, and cut through all the tape. So we're going to give you access to 6- and 7-figure earners trainings, hands-on building account that we have. We have funding. We also have mastermind groups. We understand that time, we respect yours, so we ask you to respect ours. And we want to give you a VIP all-access badge. You can get on the road to making money quickly. You get the masterclass, $49.97, state-of-the-art marketing system for $19.97, the Scam Killer e-guide for $197, and now we're giving you the VIP all-access badge to access all of our leaders who are making 6 and 7 figures for $19.97, for $9,188. And then at this point, we're like, oh, maybe we've given them all, but what else could we give just to make this a little bit more irresistible? Well, what if we gave you a roadmap? What if we just said, here's the pathway that you have to take in the next 30 days, in the next 60 days. If you can follow this for 90 days, you'll change your life, right? So we're going to give you an expert strategy coaching call right from the get-go where a coaching staff is going to be assigned to you. Guys, when you join our program, it's like you're joining a professional sports team. Think about going onto a baseball team. When you join a baseball team, you're going to have a head coach. You're going to have a fielding coach. You're going to have an athletics coach, a weightlifting coach, medical coach. All these different coaches are going to be assigned to you right from the start. And we hold you accountable so you will succeed as long as you're an action taker. 30-minute expert strategy coaching call right from the start that's going to help you design your plan. So again, you're going to get the masterclass $49.97, the state-of-the-art marketing system for $19.97, the Scam Killer e-guide for $197, the VIP all-access badge for $19.97, the 30-minute expert strategy coaching call for $497, plus you get access to our built-in high-ticket offer, which is priceless, for a total value of $9,685. And if all this did was give you the ability to design your life the way you wanted, would it be worth it? What if all this did was afford you the chance to buy your own home or maybe a vacation home? Like, what, have you always wanted a house on the beach? Like, what if you could get this business running and keep running your job, make an extra $2,000, $3,000 a month and buy a mortgage on the beach? That'd be sick, wouldn't it? Lastly, what if all this did was create an extra $1,000 a month for income for you? Would that be worth it? Like, what would you do with an extra $12,000? I know there's a lot of other Christmas presents that could be bought for an extra 12 grand. If every day was Saturday, what would that be worth to you? Would it be worth $5,000 a month? Maybe $10,000? How about more? How much would you pay to get a lifestyle by design, guys? That's that's you're on the ground floor of that right here. And we simply plugged in. We were just like you. We watched this broadcast 21 months ago. We fired our bosses within 95 days. We made our first 6 figures in 7 months with no experience. And then within our first year, we made $300,000, just shy of it. And the coolest part is we've actually helped over 500 people make their first paycheck online. And it's all because of the way that this system has been designed and built. It's all because of this new opportunity. And you can see why we're breaking every record in the industry right now. It's unbelievable. And I'm sure you'd agree that this is a good deal, even if we valued it at $5,000. And we actually had it valued at $499. Usually it's $499. But because you're special, because you spent some time with us here on Monday, and we're grateful for that. How's this sound? Get started right now for just $99 per month. Again, what you're going to need to do is refresh your page, and an orange button is going to appear below the video and below the chat roll. Either one goes to the same place. And so if you're on your mobile, you're going to need to minimize the video and hit the refresh on that page, reload it, and that button will appear, and get started with us right away. So click that orange button, join our success team now. Normally, just speaking with a 6 or 7 figure online earner would cost you $4.97 for an hour. There's not a better offer online. We've looked and spent a bunch of money on it. All the other ones that didn't work. Our system is proven to work, and you're the only variable. We don't know how much work or work ethic you have, but we do know that our system's been proven. And you have 2 choices. You can do nothing and not take this leap of faith, which is 100% risk-free, or you could pony up this small investment compared to all the value you're going to get in return and just give it a shot, right? If we can't help you make money, then we don't deserve yours. Let me say that again, because if you agree, write yes in the chat roll. If we can't help you make money, then we don't deserve yours. Yes? Yes. Also, you get a 14-day guarantee. Sign up today, and if you don't like it for any reason, I don't care if it's 13 days, 23 hours, and 59 minutes from now, just let me know, and we'll give you your money back. No questions asked. Just click that orange button by now and join our success team. Here's the page that orange button goes to. 2 things I want to show you on this page. First thing, you take no risk. You have 14 days for a full refund. Secondly, we are a secure checkout. That's what the HTTPS means, right? What happens after you go through this page, you put your credentials in here. You're going to walk through a 3.5-hour coaching process. You're going to book your call with your first coach, and you're going to get on that phone, and the coaching process is going to explain a little bit more about the community. It's going to give you a full breakdown of the product, just all the products that we have, the manufacturers we work with, how it works. So you have a full understanding of all of that. And the real question is it worth gambling a few minutes of your time to check this out, even if it does half, even if it does half of what I've claimed today? Like, it'll pay for itself as soon as you get your ads running. Click that orange button and join right now. What you're going to get last time, guys, the masterclass, $49.97, state-of-the-art marketing system for $19.97, scam killer e-guide for $197, VIP all access badge for $19.97, plus a 30-minute expert strategy coaching call right from the start, which is valued at $497, plus our access to our high ticket offer. And that's a total value of $9,685, guys. So get started right now for just $99 a month. Okay? So now we're going to actually go over to a live Q&A testimonials. So guys, right now, be posting your questions in the chat. And we're going to actually jump right over to our first presenter. Chris, if you could, come on out, my man, if you're still there. And we just want to hear from you here. There's Melissa, by the way. So again, we're the original power couple here. And we just like you, watched this broadcast about 21 months ago. We're going to go through and answer a bunch of questions now, guys. So post them in the chat roll. And Chris, please come out, man, and tell your story.
Yeah, can you hear me okay? Right on, right on. There's some great questions in the chat. I feel like I'm getting better and better at typing. You guys do a good job at keeping them coming. My name is Chris the Idea Guy. I'm out in Las Vegas. I've been online now for 1.5 years. Before I came online, I wasn't online. I literally was on Facebook maybe 2 hours a year. I'd go on once a year and say thank you to the people that said happy birthday to me. That's literally how I use Facebook. That was like the stuff that my wife would do online. So for me, I ran an insurance agency prior, and frankly, doing anything else other than insurance would be better. So I was looking for something else. And unfortunately, for me, I was in corporate America. It was a Fortune 41 company that I was working for. I guess I had an S Corp, so I technically owned the agency and was contracted with them. But even then, it was still corporate America. And there's no certainty there. There's no certainty in a job, at least no more than even doing this stuff. And so some people think like a job is safe. Well, a boss could fire you, a company could go out of business. And that's exactly what happened to me 2 months before my first son was born. And for me, I view my role as protector, provider. My wife was working at the time, but the model and goal for us was for her to be able to stay at home. All her sisters were stay-at-home moms, and she really wanted to do that too. And I wanted to marry her because I knew she's going to be an awesome mom, and I wanted her to be with my kids and not someone else. And then I wanted to be there too. But I knew that I was in an office 6 days a week, 10 plus hours a day. And frankly, like, I like work, like I love building. I want to be a better husband at the end of the year. I want to be a better father at the end of the year. I want to have a bigger, healthier business at the end of the year. And I'm one of those crazy people that think that I can do all those things and grow. And so I'm stuck in this spot 2 months before my son was born, completely handcuffed, where I thought I had a growing business, and now it's gone, and I had to shut the doors. And so I just got to thinking, and I was like, well, I paid like 20 grand a month just to keep the doors open, payroll and vendor contracts, marketing, blah, 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 lease agreement, all that stuff. And I was like, we do all our business online or on the phone. Like, for example, think right now, hang with me right here. Who's your auto insurance person? Your agent, like the carrier? Think about who that is. Think about the last time that you went into an office, sat down in a chair, looked at someone face to face, and discussed auto insurance. Statistically, it's like 9 out of 10 people haven't done it in years, right? And so all of it was online. I was like, what if I could just remove all of this stuff and just provide a product or service online? So I went on this journey, didn't know where to start, didn't know who to trust. And all I heard about were people losing a lot of money, some people making a lot of money, and everyone and every program seemed to ask for thousands of dollars. And then I finally came across Brandon Odom, and Sean and Mel are actually the original power couple, the ones that got my attention for this stuff. And then I met them, and I met Brandon Odom, and it wasn't thousands, it was $100. And I was like, okay, I'm listening. And I just kept learning more. And so now I've plugged in with them. I've been here a year and a half. It took me 7 months to have my first 10K month. And it took me 10 months to have my first 20K month. And that was my big goal. And now my next goal is to make $100,000 in 1 month. And online, I know that might sound crazy. It sounds crazy to me. It's crazy that it happened. It's crazy that I'm still here. I'm in my home office. My wife and 2 sons now. We had another one that's a month old. I get to see him every day and be the husband and dad that I have seen myself becoming, and I am becoming that person. So it's so cool. I'm so grateful for it. I would never be able to do this if it wasn't for me clicking the button, spending the 99, and continuing to learn. Like, reach out to people, meet these people, like they'll share their story. So and that's where I'm excited, because you're going to get to hear some other stories here in just a second. So Sean, Mel, I'll bring you back out to bring out some more awesome stories.
Yeah, Chris, congratulations on your second son, man. That's just awesome, dude.
Thanks, Chris.
Yeah, you great job on running the chat roll. I did go back and grab some of the questions. I'll just answer a couple of them, then we're going to bring out Amy Claire next. Amy, if you want to get your video working here, but we're just going to ask her. Somebody asked, how do we get paid? You guys are actually direct deposit from our organization, and you will also receive checks in the mail. So there's a combination of those. Do we get to choose our products was another question that was asked. And the answer to that is yes. Actually, once you get inside on the other side, you're going to go through all that coaching material. You're going to jump on the phone with your coach, and then your coach is going to help you dictate or design a plan that makes the most sense. Talk about the products, get you started with the right products, whichever one makes the most sense for you, and kind of move forward. Next question was, can you cancel at any time? There are no contracts here, guys. The $99 a month gives you access to all the stuff that we shared in the presentation, and there's no contracts, so you can cancel at any time. Absolutely. So before we jump to the next couple of questions here, I'm actually gonna go ahead and bring out Miss Amy Claire. Amy, can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're perfect. Welcome. Please share your story.
All right. So I was an IT manager at a corporate company that was worldwide. So what that meant was I had parts of my team in the US, parts in Asia, parts in Europe. And that meant trying to manage and juggle all these different time zones that didn't really fit together. So I was working crazy hours, like 16-hour days, just trying to keep everybody up to date on everything each day. And you can only do that for so long and put up with upper management's requirements and the way they push you to do things, do more with less people. You can only do that for so long before you're like, I've had enough. I have to find a way out of here. So I started looking around, and what I was looking for, I thought was going to be a franchise. And when you get into the documentation, the actual agreements that you have to sign, you'll see in the agreement that you have to stay open the hours of the shopping center. And that is usually 80 hours a week. So that wasn't going to be any better than what I was currently doing, trying to manage, people on 3 different continents. So I was like, well, this isn't going to work. And besides that, they're expensive to get into. The cheapest one I saw was like $80,000. So I was sitting on the couch, flipping through my newsfeed, trying to figure out, there's got to be something, like, what would it be? And I was just kind of playing around on the internet and just looking at all different stuff. And I came across an ad with a girl sitting in the grass talking about an opportunity that she had found. And it was an ad for this opportunity, probably similar to an ad that you saw that you clicked on to register for this webinar. And I saw a webinar very similar to this that was a little more than a year ago. And I went ahead and joined right away because what I noticed was that it filled all the gaps that I didn't understand how to deal with on the franchise. I didn't need to manage an inventory. I didn't need to manage employees. I didn't have to work 80 hours a week. I could work on my schedule when it was convenient for me. And so it answered everything that I needed to know that I didn't understand how to work out on my own. So I went ahead and jumped in right away. And I worked with Chris a little bit, and then Sean was my main coach. So they were the ones that I talked to the most as I was learning how to do everything. And what I've found is that my property here is zoned agricultural, and I've always wanted to turn it into a homestead. So now I'm able to have the time to do that, because a lot of planting work and that kind of thing, you need daylight. And I was always in the office. So how was I going to do that? So now I can do a little bit of work in the morning. I can spend my time outside during the day doing what I need to do. And then at night, I can come back in and do more work in the evening when the daylight hours outside, aren't so great. So I can now do the things I want, schedule my day the way I want, and make my life what I want. And that is something that I was never able to do in the corporate world. So it's really opened everything up, because now I can do things my way, which is kind of cool. So I recommend you hit that orange button. Even if you're just sitting on the fence, come meet us. Check out the coaching material. Come meet your coach. Talk to some people in the community and see how it all works and see what we're all about. And hopefully it's a decision that you'll make and you'll join us. So I hope to see you on the inside in all the teams.
Amy, thank you so much. I just love listening to you. Guys, remember, Amy took 7 months to quit her corporate IT job, and she was way up there. She used to deal with global logistics and all kinds of crazy things. I had a wonderful conversation with her on the phone, and she's just a fast action taker. She followed directions. She's extremely coachable. And, she was coached by the same coaches we were coached from, and she's just having a world of success right now. So congrats, Amy. That's an awesome story. Okay, a couple of other questions I saw there. Number one, how do the taxes work? I get this one all the time. Guys, you're starting a business. Now, if you've never had a business before, that's totally okay. You're going to actually go through and you would set up what they call a 1099. That's a form you would have to complete. It's one piece of paper, and then you would be receiving it's a W-9 is the type of the form that you fill out, and then you would be 1099. You'd be sent a 1099 piece of paper at the end of the year that says you're a subcontractor, and it'll show you all the taxes that you're responsible for. So you are responsible to pay taxes out of your commissions. But again, our coaching staff will kind of walk you through that. So we will help you kind of set that up from start to finish. Now, if you already have a business and you want to get this launched under that business, and we have ways of doing that too. So you are responsible for your taxes. It's not like a W-2 where you have an employer or anything like that. Somebody asked, is the 99 US or Canadian? It's actually US dollars. So I believe that comes out to about 134 Canadian dollars. And then I don't even know what the conversion to Australia is, because I know there's several people from Australia with us tonight. Thank you, by the way, for being there. I think it's the middle of the morning for you guys. That's awesome. So that should answer that one. What products are they that you offer? There's a bunch of different ones. And so for us to go through all of them right now, it doesn't make any sense. Tonight, again, was just to show you what you need in order to build a successful business online. What are the three main elements? Remember, you got to have a you got to have a product that people want. That's the first one. You got to have a high converting sales funnel, and you definitely have to figure out how and where to find the high quality traffic so they can take advantage of your offer. So we're going to teach you all of that stuff in the system as well. Okay. Let's see. What kind of time does it take to get to the higher levels of income? Now, we have a 90% completed system. That means you are responsible when you first get started for 10%, which is the social media advertising. Once you've mastered that and you start stepping into more stuff, you can actually increase the amount of income that you're making. Now, if you just ran the social media part of the business, the 10%, the front part, where we do the 90% for you, the most that we've seen in the almost 2 years that we've been involved here is anywhere between $10,000 and $15,000 a month consistently. Okay, so it's not just like you spiked at 10,000 and drop back down to 2. It's like a consistent $10,000 a month income. So if that's the number that you're looking to shoot for, when you get inside here, your coach is going to stretch your mind. That's what we do here. So we want to create leaders that can actually in turn then go around and create other leaders, right? That's the idea. Give back, give back, give back. So I'm super excited there. That should answer that question. How much time do you put in? Anywhere between 5 and 10 hours a day to make pretty big, decent income here. Are there more costs than just the 99? The answer to that is yes. You're going to have your advertising expenses, which is your primary only other expense within the business here, other than the initial amount for the whatever product selection makes sense. And you can start from just where you're at right now. So go in through that process and learn that process. Again, you have 14 days to get all your money back. No harm, no foul. Go look at it, right? And let's see. I think that will answer that one. Okay, so that was Amy. So let's go ahead and Ashley, are you out there?
Yep.
Yes, the wanderlosser of the world, Ashley Karooks. Come on out and tell your story.
Awesome. Can you guys hear me? Good. Okay, great. Yeah, so I wanted to bring up actually, because I know Chris brought up earlier where in corporate America, right, I think a lot of us really see that as safe, right? If we're getting a paycheck, we're getting a salary that we supposedly think that we're going to get every week, that's safe and that we're secure and, we can go about our lives comfortably. But, I know for me, that really wasn't the case. I started in corporate America about, 6 or 7 years ago now. And literally from every single job I was in, I ended up getting laid off or fired or something happened. And I could never get compensated for the amount that I thought I deserved and that I wanted. And it just never really made sense to me that this whole ideal of the American dream and working for a corporation, and it didn't really fit. I felt like I could never really work up to my fullest potential. And if I actually tried to live my life the way I wanted to, then I was looked down upon. So for me, it never made sense. And it definitely wasn't a safe environment for me at all. And so I knew I really needed to take control of things into my own hands. And I actually was watching this training earlier before I hopped on this. And it was talking about how really the only safe way to truly become financially free and to be complacent in life and have what you need is to control your own finances and work by commission. So really by the way that you perform, that you are compensated for that. Because I'm sure so many of you, right, have felt that you're not compensated fairly for what you're worth. And I think a lot of times we look at things as where, we rely on that salary versus whereas commission, we can really be compensated for how much we perform and how good we do. And so I know for me, that's a huge thing. I was always looking for that because I knew I could really work hard. I just needed to know that I could be compensated for that. And so I was always looking for something that would enable me to do that. I tried some sales jobs, I tried things, but they never really had the structure I was looking for. And then I actually was working at I got like a base plus plus kind of a bonus type structure at my last job. And I asked for commission and they wouldn't give it to me, even though I was bringing in a lot of revenue for the company. And then, so, I started looking at all these other ways where I could really start controlling my own income and making, taking control of my time and finances. And then really the big kicker was last year, about a year ago from now, my parents booked a trip to South Africa for their 30th anniversary, this once in a lifetime trip for my family. And we had an unlimited vacation policy. And my boss told me that if I went on this trip, that I would get fired. And I just couldn't believe that after all that I had done for this company, after all that I had brought in for the company, that they were willing to let me go just like that, that I was just replaceable just like that. And, that was the biggest thing for me to realize. And, I ended up deciding to go on that trip and I left my job. And, so much for security there in corporate America, right? Right. It's secure as long as you abide by every single rule that they have. And never take vacation. So for me at that point, I was really looking for a way. I needed to find something to control my own time and finances where I could really be compensated for what I was worth and where I could actually be fulfilled and enjoy doing what I was doing and help others. So I really started looking at all these different areas, watched a ton of webinars, as I'm sure some of you have watched a bunch, really trying to figure out the right thing for me. Ended up going to a real estate seminar and I like to think I got scammed out of thousands and thousands of dollars because I was really looking for something that would give me coaching and that would really help me towards my goals, but ended up paying for that and really not having any coaching there. So that was really a big priority of what I was looking for. And then I found this. I watched the webinar, signed up right away. It was like, it's $99. I can get it back. Why not? I have nothing to lose. I know I'm really not happy where I am right now and I need to make a change. So I figured, let me see if this could be it. And I'm so glad that I did. I've been doing this for 10 months now, and it's truly changed the course of my life. And I don't say that lightly. I'm so grateful for all the opportunities this has given me, all because I just decided to click a button, right, and just pay $99, and I would pay that tenfold now, knowing what this has given me. And this really does provide all that coaching that I was looking for. So, you really are plugged into a training. I've learned so many skills on online marketing. You get the mentorship and support and the community to really be there to want you to succeed, right? How much could you say you've really gotten that in corporate America? I know I couldn't. Mine, I kind of felt like the opposite. But people are really there to succeed and hold your hand through every step of the way, as long as you're willing to put in the work. And as long as you put in the work, you really can see that results. And I finally feel like I'm being compensated for what I'm worth. Within 10 months, I've made over 6 figures doing this. I've had 30K months and it's just growing, and I've been able to help others do the same. And so, I really encourage you, like, if you don't feel like you're being compensated for what you're worth and, you want to try something different, just see what this is about and see if this is for you, because, potentially that one click could really change your life forever, like it did mine. Or, you could just sit there and go back to what you've been doing. That's really up to you. Back to you guys.
Yeah, Ash, that is awesome. Great story. I love listening to you because it lights me up inside to see just you walk into this thing and crush the way you've been crushing. So congratulations on blasting your business out of this atmosphere. That's awesome. Way to go. Okay, a couple more questions. We got 2 more speakers. We're going to be considerate of your guys' time here. One of the questions was, how much for advertising? At first, we started with, well, it varies, right? The minimum on Facebook, $5 per day is the minimum. With that, you control when you and how you spend your money on advertising. We show you how not to waste a single dollar. That's our idea of good coaching, good mentorship. And then the results that you're going to get from those numbers, we use those to make better decisions. Okay. So, how much on advertising? Well, when we started, we actually were able to start with $15 a day. And now we're at the point where we're spending, because we've been reinvesting in our business and growing it business, we're spending now between about $6,000 to maybe $7,000, $8,000 a month on advertising. And in return, we're making 40 grand a month. So let me ask you guys, would that be a good return? I mean, if you could make 40 grand and you spent 9 to get there, is that a good return for you? Could you live on those numbers? I think most people could say yes, right? Yep. For sure. Okay, cool. But it didn't start that way. Understand that. We started at the ground level, just where you guys are right now, and we just climbed up the program. How are you paid? Your actually checks are cut daily. The direct deposits go out twice a month. So you'll see that as you get inside. Is the biggest issue finding your audience? No. Facebook actually has 2,200 data points that they measure on every person that has a Facebook account. Sounds scary, and it is, because Big Brother is watching you. But the best part is Facebook was actually designed as a marketing platform disguised as a social media outlet. And so we have the ability to tap into that data and show you exactly how and who to target. And that's what the training is going to cover for you guys. Basically, you could go out and you could target maybe like a plumber that's left-handed that likes the Broncos or something. You could actually send, targeted advertising at that person if that was the right person for your business. And we're going to teach you all that stuff inside, which is awesome. Somebody asked, hey, how do I sign up tomorrow because I got to get the money tomorrow? Guys, this offer is available for the next 48 hours. Okay. So you're going to be sent an email with a webinar on demand of this particular live event where you can watch it again. You can click and get started right away. But again, at 48 hours, this offer comes off the table. So make sure and take action fast. And then Cindy asked the high ticket about finding the different affiliate networks and everything like that. Cindy, our products are built in to our program, so you don't have to go searching over there. We're going to show you all that stuff in the inside. All right, let's jump over to Miss Amy Emmett. Amy, if you're out there, come on out.
Hey.
Hey.
I found this about 7 months ago. I had my baby about 2 months prior to that, and I had just started going back to work after maternity leave. I was so depressed that I had to go back to work and leave my baby at daycare. I knew I had to find something that was going to replace my my corporate America job, my income. And so I was searching everywhere. I felt so stuck. I know a lot of people can relate to this. If you can relate to this, definitely this is something for you. If you I felt so stuck. I felt like I was not moving anywhere in my company. I wanted upward movement, and I felt like it was not happening. I was there for a year already, and I didn't see anybody moving up. I just saw people moving out. And I did not want that to be me. I wanted something where I could grow, but I also wanted something that was going to provide me more time with my family. I came across this, and at the perfect time. Literally, I had just stopped looking, and this just fell in my lap, literally, and found this. And there's a quote by Oprah Winfrey. She says, "Do what you have to do until you can do what you want to do." I love that quote by her. I have it written on my whiteboard in my room. If all that's setting you back is the 99, do it. Just do it. You got to do what you got to do until you can do what you want to do. Work your butt off to get there. You will do it. You can do it. Just definitely get started. If you even think that you're going to have a regret about it. If you feel like you're going to regret it if you don't do it, then go ahead and get started now and just see what it's really all about, and don't have that regret. All right, that's it. Bye, y'all.
Awesome. Amy, thank you so much. I love that quote by Oprah. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. That's awesome. All right, so somebody said they get paid in 56 hours from now. How do we join then? I went ahead and I dropped Coach Odom's personal Facebook in the chat roll right now. So if you're not going to be able to make it within the next 48 hours, send him a personal message letting him know that the original power couple said that you could send him a message, and that he would be able to make some magic happen in the background. He controls all that stuff, so I don't even know how to do it. But anyways, guys, we got one last guy to come out. This guy is near and dear to our hearts. Curtis, if you're out there, man, this guy's up in northern Canada, out in the middle of nowhere. He invited us to go ice fishing. I'm so excited. Curtis, come on out, man.
Hey, guys. How are you doing?
Good, man.
Right on. Thanks for having me out. So my name is Curtis Mumby here, guys. I am from a little town called St. Bruce, Saskatchewan. Little community, farm-based community, and we have a huge manufacturing plant here. It's Burgo Industries. They manufacture air seeders and cultivators and stuff there. And so I grew up on a farm, learned how to weld in my dad's shop as a kid. I worked at Burgo Industries all throughout high school and junior high for that matter. And, learned how to work young, never did anything that required any technical skills whatsoever. So I was doing my thing all through high school, got out, went to the oil patch in Alberta to try and make some bigger dollars. And, it was great while it lasted, good for a single guy. But when my oldest son was born, I decided I didn't want to be out there anymore. I didn't want to be that dad who was away from home, missing out on everything in my kids' lives. And I moved back home. I trained horses for a few years. Then I started a contract welding business. And when the economy crashed in 2008, I lost all my contracts and had to go back to work. And since then, I've been production manager at a welding shop here in town. And I was divorced, had 4 boys, and I was in the middle of a custody battle when I came across this offer. I was literally sitting at home by myself one Saturday evening, and I saw an ad on Facebook. I clicked on the link. I checked out the workshop replay and signed up right then and there. This was like midnight Saturday night. And, I thought of it that I was at home doing nothing on a Saturday night. This was $99. I could have easily spent $99 had I gone out that Saturday night. What did I have to lose? Now, I know a lot of people are in a position where $99 is a lot of money. Well, it was for me at that time too. Like I said, I was going through a custody battle, paying child support for 4 kids. And, needless to say, I was flat broke and couldn't even afford my lawyer bills. But what did I have to lose? I was looking at a path where I would still be struggling at 20 years from now, 30 years from now, and never be able to retire because I wasn't making enough to do more than just sustain myself. There was no way I could put away for retirement or anything like that. And I just made it happen, guys. I jumped in, committed myself, and made it work. And that's all this takes, is a level of commitment, a level of desire to better your life and change things for yourself, because no one is going to do that for you. I mean, if you're in a situation where you don't have $99 to sign up right now, that's fine, but do something to get it. You've got, I worked extra hours. I worked every odd job that I could find at that time because I was trying to pay my $99 to get in this and trying to pay lawyer bills and everything like that to get caught up. And I mean, if nothing else happens, but you make the $99, get involved, and you end up deciding that it's not for you, you're $99 richer. Just look at it that way, guys. I mean, and if you're still here, you've got the $99 and you haven't paid yet, I mean, you're obviously not serious about changing your life. So when you are, get in here and do it. But I mean, if you're at all serious about this, just click the damn button, sign up, and check it out for yourselves, because it is absolutely life-changing to get in here. You meet so many amazing people, and I don't know, I can't even fathom sitting here and watching all these different people from all walks of life with little or no experience who've got in here and changed their lives. And you have this opportunity sitting in front of you and you're not taking it. I mean, I can't even wrap my mind around that, guys. So just do it and change your own life, because you're the only one that can do it for you.
Curtis, I love that, dude. Thank you for sharing that story, man. That's awesome. Guys, just so you know, Curtis is like, how tall are you? You're like 6'8" or something. You're a beast, man. How tall are you?
6'5".
Yeah. He's no joke. They grow him strong and tall in Canada. I could tell you that much. So yeah, Curtis, thanks so much for coming out. Guys, thank you very much from the bottom of our hearts for being here and spending some time with us this past hour and a half Monday night. I hope your 2018 is off to a gunshot and you're on your way to hitting all of your goals. Hopefully this is a part of the plan that's going to be built in. Let us help you. Like, that's really what we're here to do. We're excited to be part of this, guys, and we're definitely we're going to see you later. And congratulations to everybody that got started. And I don't think there's any other last-minute questions. Yeah, okay, so we've closed the chat roll down. Everything is good, guys. Have a wonderful rest of the week. Be safe, and we will talk at you later. Bye-bye.